What do you mean? Wow, is that what they're saying? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean, Sean? Um, it's literally in my bio where I'm from. Like, we're not gonna keep going over that. Um, so I think they said 35,000 people cross that bridge every day. So if that would have been, and that bridge backs up big time during rush hour traffic, like big time, because I've sat in on that bridge in rush hour traffic and you creep. So if it would have been during morning rush hour, afternoon, evening rush hour, that would have been a mass casualty situation. Right now, they said 8 people went into the water and they were all construction. Are you trying to say conversation? Because conversation is spelled way wrong. And I'm not looking to meet anyone off this app. So, like, I'm pretty sure he's trying to say conversation, but it's spelled way wrong. Like, way wrong. Yeah. Like, do we need spelling lesson 101? Because that's a big pet peeve of mine is spelling. That's a big pet peeve of mine is spelling. Like, spelling is my big thing. I will call you out every time for spelling something wrong, unless it's really a hard word to spell. What if they got the people off the cargo ship that were on the cargo ship? That's what a disaster. Yeah, it is one of the biggest ports in the damn country. Yeah, there was smoke pouring out of the ship um, right before it hit the bridge. So it lost power first, sent out a mayday call, and then the video shows smoke pouring out of the ship right before it hit the bridge. So You think, lady? She said vessels are not coming in right now.
All right.
Obviously. Obviously. Like, where do these news anchors, like, learn to report a story? She's like, well, boat boat traffic is not coming into the port right now. Obviously. And see, this bridge doesn't have like toll booths anymore. Everything is easy pass. So everything's easy pass now. The Bay Bridge, the tunnels, the Key Bridge was easy pass. Everything's easy pass now. Which kind of sucks because when I would travel back and forth over the bridges for work, I would always get a receipt. But now you have to go through your easy pass to see how many times you traveled to and from.
Because si el bote fuera un Titanic, uno entiende, but I mean, el bote era grande.
Not soon enough, Keith. Not soon enough.
Yo antes lo necesita. Ya, junto. Porque yo digo, coño, ¿cómo ese puente tan grande y se cayeron 7 carros? 7 carros se cayeron. They found dead people.
Not soon enough.
Un puente tan grande que se supone que debe en Maine, que es como yo digo, está bien, el barco pero no fue un barco ahí que wow. I know, that's what I'm saying. Because if it on Titanic, pues, está bien, but yeah, it was just like boom, and the whole thing came down.
Yeah, obviously. But you can see cars crossing the bridge right when the ship hit the bridge. It took them, Sean, they started the construction of that bridge, I think, in 1974, and they didn't finish the bridge until 1977. The bridge opened in 1977 on this day. So it took them years to build that bridge. The entire bridge is gone. It was one of the tallest bridges in this area, and it was 185 feet tall at the highest point. So yeah, they're not going to rebuild that bridge quick. Yeah, on this day in 1977 is when this bridge opened for traffic. And they started construction of the bridge in 1974 or 72. I'm pretty sure it was 72. So traffic. The traffic on 695 is just going to get worse now because the tractor trailers can't go through the tunnel because the clearance isn't high enough. So now they have to go all the way around 695 to get to 95. So that's just going to back up shit on 695 as if it doesn't back up like bad enough now during rush hour traffic, because I used to work in Marriottsville and I would drive 695 and 70 all the time. 70 was a shit show
for them too.
And then somebody typed something that they filtered, so reword it and type it again. So 695 backs up horribly, and it's just going to get worse now with tractor trailers because people aren't courteous to truck drivers and they don't ever let them merge. So that's just going to make things worse. My brother is an over-the-road truck driver, so I am more than courteous to truckers on the road.
He always pays the
because people are just rude. Yeah, I'm sure if I had a construction worker on that bridge, I would be standing right there.
Lo dudo, me lastima de mucho botella. Lo dudo que no, que ayuda a caer allá. Ah, no.
Oh my god. Yeah, jeez, lady, you don't know what the hell you're talking about either. This is crazy. Like, this is crazy. Yeah. Lady, where do you think you're going? That cop is not gonna let you through there. Like, you're gonna have to turn around. Oh my goodness. Like, this is a disaster, y'all. And anybody that's from Maryland or lived in Maryland any length of time knows that when you drive around like Baltimore is basically surrounded by water. So no matter where you are, Key Bridge, Tunnel, 95, 295, like you can see the bridge from there. Like, bridges scare the shit out of me, especially if they're big bridges. Like, um, the Bay Bridge, for example. That's a bridge they said could never be built because of the way the current runs in the bay. Well, they built the first one because before, to get to the Eastern Shore, you could only take like a ferry. So they built the first bridge for the Bay Bridge. And then they built a second span for the Bay Bridge. That bridge I know for a fact is 4 miles long because I've walked across that bridge 2 times when my kids were little. Because once a year they do a Bay Bridge walk where they shut down, I think it's the eastbound span because that's the 2 lane bridge. And they leave the westbound span open because that's 3 lanes. Um, so they shut down the eastbound span of the bridge so you can walk the bridge. That bridge is 4 miles long. Um, the Key Bridge, on the other hand, is like 1.6 miles, I think, but it's higher. So the Bay Bridge is kind of like, but the Key Bridge goes up and down. So the Key Bridge is 185 feet at the very top. I mean, I don't mind bridges because I'm not scared of heights, but like when I'm like dead stopped on a bridge, I get a little nervous um because of shit like this. The tunnels freak me out way worse than the bridges do because I am claustrophobic as fuck, and I just picture being stuck in traffic in the tunnel. The tunnels leak all the time anyway. That's why when you're driving through a tunnel, you see water. But I am terrified that I'm going to be stuck in traffic in the tunnel. That's why I will not drive through the tunnels. If I'm going through the tunnel, somebody else is driving because I literally, well, it has to sway because of the current in the water, which I get. But like, the tunnel I am petrified of because I just picture like something like really happening and it just filling with water and nobody can get out because I'm claustrophobic. So I'm like highly claustrophobic because when I was a teenager in high school, I'd had a knee injury that I was waiting for surgery. Um, and I got stuck in an elevator for like 3 hours at my high school. So now I'm like claustrophobic. I don't like elevators. I will use an elevator, but I'm petrified. Um, but I'm petrified of tunnels. Like I'm petrified of tunnels. I'll drive over a bridge before I go into a tunnel. Like every time I've gone through the tunnel, somebody else has driven because I just close my eyes. I just close my eyes. Michael, what do you need advice on? What do you need advice on? This lady doesn't know where the hell she's at either. Jesus. What do you need advice about a teacher? Like, how old are you? How old are you?